Yeah, I'll start off. Regarding Aaron, I understand that you may have some questions. I just, as stated, have to refer to the statement that was released and can't have any comment on that. Respect, with the job that you guys have to do, but just know I cannot comment on that any further. So, really excited about the way we played tonight. I thought there was a great connection on both sides of the ball. It's evident from our assist numbers and assisted made field goals, and then also defensively against a team that's really hard to guard. It's a unique action. Their offensive style and schemes, not something we go against very often, but was really proud of how connected we were on both sides of the ball, and certainly earned the right to play well with our preparation here the last 2 days. So,
Jake, can you tell us when Aaron stopped participating in team activities?
Yeah, I can just tell you right now, Adam, he's not participating currently, and anything else would just have to refer to the statement.
Are there steps that he has to pass or make in your eyes that would determine whether or not he returns?
He's currently going through a university process and can't comment any further.
Is there a time frame on when there could be a resolution one way or the other?
Again, he's going through a process with the university and can't have any other comment.
Jake, there was a moment in the second half, about 7 minutes left, when it looked like maybe Devin had a moment defensively, and you immediately send Evan over to the table, and Devin scores still, and you're up 45 at the time, and then you're talking to Devin a little bit when you take him out. How important is it for you as a coach, even in those moments when you're up 40, to use those teaching moments to show guys that, regardless of time and score, you're going to take that chance to show them, kind of walk them through what you would have liked to see in that spot?
I think at times, in the moment, you're not necessarily thinking about what the score may be. You're just focused on, an opportunity to grow. And Devin and I had a conversation, and he was, we have a great relationship, and so it ended up being a funny conversation. It didn't start out that way, but I think we got to continue to grow, and in moments that we have where we can coach and get in-game kind of live adjustments and experience is really important for our group.
When John Mobley's hitting shots the way he was tonight, how does that kind of the gravity that pulls towards him, how does that impact your other players and their opportunities to get open looks like they did tonight?
Yeah, he creates a great deal of gravity when he's on the court. He's certainly built a reputation for those who weren't aware of what he was capable of from the perimeter, and you're seeing his complete game too. He had a couple assists, I believe. He was able to get to the paint, had 2 or 3 made 2-point field goal attempts. So he's a complete player. He's really worked hard to improve on the defensive side, which is probably the area I'm most proud of. And as he continues, that growth, it's going to be real important for our team. And we have multiple guys, I think, evident, Bruce Thornton's assist numbers, Michi Johnson getting 4 assists, Micah's drives, like Evans drives. We had multiple guys who can play make, and it makes us dynamic offensively.
Hey, Coach, 5 games in the season now. What's one area you'd like to see the team focus on and improve on going into December?
Well, I'll give you one on both sides of the ball. I think defensively, we got to continue to grow and get better rebounding and finishing possessions. And then offensively, it's going to continue to be turnovers. With the firepower we have offensively, I'd like us to get a couple more shots a game. So I want us to play aggressive. I thought our pace was better tonight, which we got to continue to grow in. And while we're growing in our pace, take care of the ball. So a lot of it is our paint decisions, which have gotten better significantly over the last couple games.
And then in the first half, 11 of 13 from 3, finished the game with only 23 point attempts. Was there a focus to get the ball to the paint in the second half?
Yeah, we felt like we could get a real advantage if we could keep attacking and maybe set up, an even better 3-point opportunity. I thought we actually passed up a couple threes in the first half because we were so intentional on getting the ball to the paint. But we've obviously statted all this and you can chart this. the success rate when we get the ball to the paint, you know, from points per possession has been really good, and we got to continue to do that.
Go ahead, Noah.
No. Gary.
Yeah.
All right. Good. I didn't even have my bottle done.
Appreciate it.
There's 6 guys in double figures. What does it say about the amount of players on this team that can get to the rim and score?
Yeah, when I'm given an opportunity, I continue to talk about the depth of this team, and we got some versatility throughout. You know, even if you just take our backcourt, there's versatility within that. And so I thought we were able to score in a lot of different ways, and it was good to see. Again, I was so impressed with the way the ball moved. You know, certainly led by Bruce Thornton. I can't remember the last time he had a turnover. He's been you know, so good, kind of managing things, and I think he's got to stay aggressive for us. You know, can't be too passive. He's got to be a good scorer for us too. But the way we shared the ball, sorry, I left my stats in the back, but I don't know what our percentage was on made field goals, which were assisted, but I felt like, thank you.
It was 22 assists, I believe.
Yeah, felt like it was, you know, we were north of 50%, so I felt like it was good.
And then what's it like seeing Colin go out there and bring that energy on the 2 dunks? And then just overall, what have you seen from him and where the growth of where he started to where he is now?
Yeah, well, first off, he's earned that growth because he competes, he practices hard every single day, and I think we've seen the 2 areas we've seen the most significant growth is defensively. He's certainly a capable defender, but I think you're seeing, you know, a guy who's becoming more disciplined defensively as he's learning college, you know, schemes and scouting reports and things like that. And then offensively, I trust him with the ball, and his consistency from 3 is something we really believe in, and he's worked hard for that too.
Jake, congrats on the win. When you spoke on some things you can improve on, as particularly on the defensive end, it seems like, especially in the first half today, you guys did a great job on the defensive discipline. Particularly in the first, I think 11 minutes, you only had 1 foul, and then it seemed to wane a little bit from there. How do you address that to your players, especially in game? So moving forward, how do you limit the foul overall?
Yeah, I think we want to play with physicality and be aggressive defensively, but there's going to be fouls. You know, for me, it's the ones that we foul maybe when we're out of position or we're late to get into where we're supposed to be, or when we foul shooters, you know, or when we're in our gaps and we just kind of unnecessarily reach. Like, those are the ones we got to get rid of. There's going to be some that happen because we're playing really hard, and those are fine. Our technique, I thought this game was better at the rim. You know, we didn't bail them out necessarily on some of their drives with bad technique. We have better technique at the rim, which is something we're working on, you know, and we've worked on really all since the summer. So we're getting better at that. But I don't know that we'll necessarily be a team who, you know, is the least amount of fouls in the country with the you know, physicality and aggressiveness we play with. But it was good to see us, you know, get better. And listen, there takes some adjusting kind of per guy in the flow of the game. You know, we have unbelievable officiating in our league, but even from game to game, there's times maybe you got to adjust a little bit to the way it's called. So I think that it takes a great deal of maturity to do that, and we have that.
When you speak on the physicality, the aggressiveness of this team in particular, when you have a guy like Evan who had a couple big weak side blocks today particularly, could you just speak on his, I guess, weak side defense as a whole and just being able to cover up with that?
Yeah, well, you get to see, especially when he's off the ball, you see his basketball feel and IQ because he's got great anticipation. He's certainly gifted athletically and physically to be able to make some of those, you know, rim protecting plays. But him being out there defensively gives us kind of the full bag to use, you know, from a scheme standpoint because he's so versatile and smart.
Without Aaron, without Sean, what did you see from the guys who had to step up and fill that collective void tonight?
Yeah, I thought there was our togetherness, you know, on both sides of the ball was critical. It was critical against a team like this with the way they play, and you know, I was just really proud of how we executed that, you know, really consistently. for the night. So thought that said a lot about our chemistry and our group.
Have you learned anything about your upperclassmen, your leadership, as they've had to go through this week? You're without a couple players for tonight's game, and you still score 100 and take care of a lot of things. Did you learn anything about your group as they've gone through what I'm sure have not been the easiest couple of days?
You know, I don't know necessarily. I would say that we've learned because we've believed in the leadership of this team, and I think, you know, for us, we've seen it right throughout the course of kind of since everybody got here in June. There was never any reason for us to believe that, you know, once that ball was thrown tonight, that we weren't going to be together and we weren't going to play with the toughness and the togetherness that we talk about daily.
For Sean and Quest, I presume they'll get treatment all weekend. Is there a hope that maybe they would play Monday? Or certainly as you kind of look even deeper into the week, the bigger, let's say, another game on Friday?
I hate that.
I don't want to say that, I'm sorry.
No, yeah, fair question. I think, you know, there's no indication so far for there to be this kind of like long, drawn out, you know, recovery process. But we have an unbelievable medical staff and have full faith and trust in them. And our guys are, you know, they all try to get back as quickly as they can. So I don't know exactly, you know, how quickly it's going to happen. We'll get an assessment, you know, tomorrow, kind of updates where we're at and plan accordingly.
Finish up, G, one more.
Jay, just one more for here. When you going into Monday, I know you just finished this game, but going into Monday, you're playing another first-year head coach in Doug Gottlieb. They're 2-3 now, and they play Evansville now, another team in the league. Can you just speak on your thoughts going up against another like former analyst, someone who knows the game in and out too?
Yeah, he's, you know, I think it's been well documented. He's got a, you know, impressive basketball IQ, played the game at a high level, you know, so haven't had a chance to really dive into them yet. That'll be, you know, that'll start tonight, and our staff's done a great job of, you know, following through on their responsibilities, and we have a couple guys, you know, working ahead, especially with a quick turnaround. But listen, there's, you know, we will absolutely, to the fullest degree, respect, you know, them coming in here, and certainly his basketball IQ and pedigree is a part of that. All right,
Thank you,
thanks,
Jake.
guys.